हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। दिस इज सीए राखी अग्रवाल। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है सेक्शन 140 ऑफ द इनकम टैक्स एक्ट। पर्सन रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न। कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है फॉर वेरीफाइंग द इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न? आप इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न भर रहे हो, पर उसको डिजिटाइज, उसको साइन कौन कर रहा है, उसको वेरीफाई कौन कर रहा है, उसका वो किसका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है? सेक्शन 140 ऑफ द इनकम टैक्स एक्ट बताता है। हु मस्ट साइन एन इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न? उसको वेरीफाई कौन करेगा इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न को? एवरी इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल मस्ट बी, जो भी इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न आप फाइल कर रहे हो मस्ट बी मैंडेटरी साइन बाय द अप्रोप्रिएट पर्सन authorized by tax law, confirming that the information given in the return are correct and in accordance with income tax law, and also confirming that he or she is competent person to make and verify the return. The appropriate person or person who is authorized by tax law should verify the income tax return or should file the income tax return. Who is authorized person and who can verify and sign the income tax return? Income tax return and other related documents require proper verification and signature. Every income tax return is properly signed and sent to the CPC. But nowadays it is based on Aadhaar OTP. All the returns are filed through Aadhaar OTP. It should be verified through Aadhaar OTP and properly signed. But who exactly has the authority to sign depend on the type of the taxpayers and specific circumstances. So the person who is authorized to sign the income tax return? Section 140 of the Income Tax Act 1961 prescribes who can sign an income tax return for each type of taxpayers attempting to file his return. So in case of individual, if the category of taxpayer is individual, then if the individual is filing his income tax return, the individual himself can sign the income tax return. But in case if the individual is not in a capacity for attending office affairs, means individual is not individual is a minor or any other case, the guardian or any other person competent to act on individual's behalf, if the individual is not in a capacity to attend his affairs, so the guardian of the individual or any other person competent to act on individual behalf, in case the individual is mentally incapacitated from attending to his affairs, so any other person or guardian or authorized signatory can file his return. Any person authorized by it. Then if the individual is not in India, the authorized person, any person authorized by the individual to verify and sign the return through valid power of attorney. Power of attorney is to be given to the person they hire in order to file their returns on their behalf. If the individual is absent from India, if or for any other reason it is not possible for an individual to verify the return, power of attorney shall be kept with the person signing the return for the purpose of records for future reference. In case of individual, individual himself is to be verified or sign the return. In case if the individual is not in a capacity to verify his return, if he is mentally incapacitated to verify his return, then guardian of the individual or any other person competent to act on his behalf. If the individual is not in India, then or if any other person who authorized any professional to act on his behalf to verify or sign his returns on his behalf by giving a valid power of attorney, then in that case the authorized person may also sign his return if the valid power of attorney is given to by the individual to that person. In case of HUF, who is responsible to sign or verify the return? Karta of the HUF. If the Karta is not present, any other adult member of such HUF, if Karta is absent from India or is mentally incapacitated from attending his affairs. In case of company, If it is an Indian company, then managing director should shine, and managing director should verify ITRs of company. If managing director is not able to verify and sign the return for any unavoidable reason, or if he is not present, or if there is no managing director, then any director of the company can sign or verify the return. Firstly, the managing director, if managing director is not present, or if there is no managing director in the company, then any director can verify and sign the income tax return. In case of a foreign company, income tax return may be verified by a person holding valid power of attorney from such company to verify and sign the return. It may be verified by a person, the person who is holding a valid power of attorney from such company to verify and sign the return. Company which is being wound up, whether by court order or by otherwise, or whether any person has been appointed as a receiver of the assets of the company. In that case, liquidator of the company or person who has been appointed the receiver of asset of the company. If it was in the process of liquidation, then liquidator can sign that any person has been appointed as a receiver of asset of the company, then that person is required to verify or sign the ITR. Now, company whose management is taken over by central government or state government under any law. If the company who is managed by the government, that is state government or central government, then principal officer of that company. In case of a company whose application is for corporate insolvency resolution process has been admitted by adjudicating authority under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. In that case, insolvency professionals appointed by such adjudicating authority as defined under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, then that person is authorized to sign or verify the income tax return. In case of a firm, managing partner, any partner not being a minor, if the managing partner is unable to verify and sign the return for any unavoidable reason, or if there is no managing partner, then any partner can sign. In case of LLP, limited liability partnership, designated partner, or any partner, if designated partner is unable to sign and verify the return for any unavoidable reason, or if there is no designated partner. In case of local authority, that is principal officer, political party, the chief executive officer of such party, irrespective of nomenclature of his designation, any association, that is any member of the association or principal officer. In case of association, any member of the association or principal officer can sign, or in any other person, the person himself or herself, or any other person competent to act on his. This is the case who can sign or verify the income tax return in different scenarios. Principal officer with respect to local authority, company, public, body, AOP, BOI is defined under section 235 of the Income Tax Act, and it means any principal officer may be a secretary, treasurer, manager, agent of the authority, company, AOP, any person connected with the management or administration of the local authority, company, AOP, upon which the AO has served a notice of his intention of treating him as a principal officer. Principal officer may be a manager, may be a secretary, may be a treasurer, may be the agent of an authority, may be a company. In case of company, AOP, or any person connected with the management or administration of the local authority upon whom the AO has served a notice of his intention of treating him as a principal. So this is section 140 of the Income Tax Act, which says about the verification and signing ITRs, who should verify the income tax return of different scenarios, in case of individual, in case of company, in case of government management, in case of local authority, in case of political party, In case of AOP, in case of firm, so different scenarios we have discussed who is responsible to sign and verify the income tax return. So this is the topic which we have discussed today. Thanking you for watching my video. Please like, share, subscribe my channel. If you like, please subscribe.